Well, good evening and welcome to It's Happening Out. This is the world's most popular live gay television talk show. We're broadcasting live and then on demand on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, and of course, YouTube and Facebook. It's 9 p.m. Wednesday, September 28th. 2022, and I'm your anchor, Al Ferguson, and this is part 2 of the season 4 premiere of the first LGBTQ talk show of its kind in the entire world. It was an experiment 4 years ago that survived, then thrived, now is reborn again. We are going to laugh and play through our LGBTQ plus world next on It's Happening Out. Well, let's have some fun. And to do that, we're going to start by meeting tonight's host. This season 4 cast is the most diverse in the history of It's Happening Out. Let's begin by welcoming FayWhat. She's a radio and television personality and has a popular blog on YouTube and the YouTube channel aiming to unite the L and the G together. Watch the FayWhat Show, the world's first LGBTQ morning show, Mondays at 9 a.m. online and of course on your smart television. Welcome, Faye.
Hi everyone, and if you missed the FayWhat Show on Monday morning at 9 a.m., we had Scott Galvin, the mayor of Wilton Manors, Scott Newton, the mayor of Wilton Manors, who is straight, in bed with a lesbian, which was amazing. And second, I'm super happy that we have a permanent cast now on IHO. I'm hoping that soon I'll like some of you, but I'm happy that we're here.
You know what's interesting, a word of advice to all of you, like her not being able to remember which Scots are in her bed, she won't remember your name next week. All right.
Out of work actor, Homestead, Master, Maim.
Yeah, exactly. There we are. All right, next, let's welcome Mark Moffitt. Mark is an entrepreneur with a 15-year business as a leadership coach and trainer, also known as Sir Mark Silver. A little shiver went up my spine. He is Mr. Sawmill Leather, Sir of 2021, and loves being an ambassador of the leather community. He loves physics, space, and his fellow gay geeks out there. I'm learning about you. Welcome, Mark.
You said physics or fisting?
Physics.
Physics of. I'm so happy to be on IHO. Is it IHO?
Yeah, no.
You are a hoe. Yes.
Okay. These acronyms, and if you're wondering why I'm wearing this harness, it's because I don't trust either of them with access to my wallet.
Yes. You're going to do well here, Mark. All right. Next, let's welcome Cameron Glass. At 23, Cameron is young, dumb, and what's the rest of that phrase? He is also a South Florida actor and a musician. He represents body positivity. We love that. And he is that fabled Gen Zer So baby boomer gays haven't decided if we hate him or we're going to use him. Welcome, Cameron.
Oh my God, thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here with all my fatness, tits and all.
You look 45, so I don't understand how you are the youngest one here, but we'll go with it.
Trauma, baby, trauma.
Exactly.
True.
We will explore that. All right. Next, let's welcome Auntie Maim. She is a singer, actor, activist, podcaster, and stand-up comic. She's the mother of the House of Yes! And a well-known two-spirit bearded drag queen. Good evening, Auntie Maim.
Good evening, everybody. Auntie's here. I brought the good candy. I brought the good tea. We're going to have a good time. If you cut me, I'll cut any of you.
Yes.
I'll do it in a minute.
You're going to literally cut a bitch. All right, got it. Next, let's welcome TriniDaddy. He is an Indo-Caribbean with family heritage from India and Trinidad. He is a professional concert musician, director, and artist in South Florida. He is currently a concert violinist and pianist. Wait, am I understanding this right with the world famous Miami City Ballet? Oh, okay. He is also the program director, oh, now here's some balance, for the Seminole Theater Players at the historic Seminole Theater in Homestead. Welcome, TriniDaddy.
Hi. Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for reaching out all the way down to Faye's favorite vacation home in Homestead. And
you know, we have a hurricane right now called Hurricane Ian, and I'm so hoping that it just destroys and annihilates Homestead.
Is there a single lesbian living in Homestead?
No, of course not. We know better, and we have cars.
Yeah, okay. Very good. All right. It's Happening Out is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America. Hotspots Magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 36 years, and Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. We are in the same model of PBS and NPR. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. Okay, we get our housekeeping out of the way, and I need a drink. Who's with me?
Yes.
We are going to play our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. We have played this game since season 1, episode 1 in every episode. And you can understand, you'll understand in a little bit why. We invite you at home to play right along with us as I make 6 statements to our host. If they agree with me and agree with the statement, they take the shot. If they disagree, well, it's going to be a long night for everybody. So let's play I'd Swallow That. We're ready?
Ready.
Here we go. I'd Swallow That is sponsored by the LGBTQ plus community's favorite spirit brand. Bacardi is the world's most famous and loved rum brand and special sponsor of our nonprofit 501c3 efforts to educate, inform, and empower the LGBTQ plus community. Bacardi is as diverse as our LGBTQ plus community. Our neighbors here in South Florida, Bacardi have been built on an enduring legacy family. Nurtured by 7 generations of the Bacardi family, they are the world's largest privately held spirits company. Bacardi is also a legacy name in their support of the LGBTQ plus community, with sponsorships of pride embracements and deep and passionate support of our LGBTQ plus charities and causes. Bacardi began in Santiago de Cuba on February 4, 1862. It was from here that Bacardi revolutionized the spirits world, enabling the creation of an entire cocktail category that created an entire culture of celebration. And that is exactly what the LGBTQ community is all about. Today, the world's largest rum distillery is in Puerto Rico, and that's why tonight It's Happening Out plays I'd Swallow That with our favorite rum drinks, Bacardi.
Here, here.
All right, our first statement. The Great British Bake Off. Now, a few people probably already fell asleep at the table, but the Great British Bake Off has returned for another quiche core season, this time featuring a contestant named Sandro, who has viewers hoping to see more of his well-frosted cakes. This triple threat, baker, nanny, gym bro, is the talented eye candy of the season. Also, the show is full of other gay guys, including Polish Januz, who won episode 1 and 3, and James Dewar from Scotland. And of course, it's hosted by Little Britain's star, gay Matt Lucas.
You're a good baker, you're a good baker, you're a good baker too. Drink that in.
Oh, flip!
It landed the right side up.
Like a little burst of happiness. Utterly delicious.
What can go wrong? Oh, Paul Hollywood.
It's a bit too thick. Dry. Texture's all wrong. It is overbaked. Besides that, brilliant.
I thought I'd never hear me say this, but he's right.
The great.
Is it just me, but Paul Hollywood is just so sexy. Question 1. With a Bacardi Gold as our shot, I'd swallow that. I'd swallow that. Move over, RuPaul. The Great British Baking Show is the gayest thing on television. All right. Cameron's
It's pretty
deciding.
gay. It's pretty gay. Okay, so Al was talking about this bake-off for like ever, right? And like I never listened to him, so I was like, whatever. But he was right about Stranger Things, so I took note, right? And so I'm like, why does he like this damn show so much? I go and put it on, and there's this brown boy kneading dough, but in a very sexual kind of way. All of a sudden, he takes off his shirt. All of a sudden, he takes off his... Wait, no, that's not really what happened.
That's not what happened. No. Wait. No, that's not what happened.
After dark.
No.
After dark.
But when I saw that brown boy and him kneading and
Sandro.
making some whipped cream, I was like, oh, bitch. Now I know why Al loves the show.
I was watching the show with another person, and
Did you have clothes on?
And I said,
It wasn't the only cream
and
there.
I said, oh my gosh, I bet he's gay.
No.
And I went online and started stalking him and stalking him and stalking him, and then lo and behold, whoop, up he comes, literally. And yeah, gay.
His OnlyFans? Does he have an OnlyFans?
Well,
Twitter?
I don't know about, you can see him in Twitter, but then there's a lot of things, there's lots about him. And it's lovely. He's so cute. He's a little shy. He's a little awkward, which you wouldn't think.
Which is sexy.
Which is sexy
Which is
as
so
all
sexy
get
to
out.
you boys. I know it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I
You-
love
Am I
the
still
fact that
single?
he actually addressed on the show, he was talking about the fact that he's partially there to destroy gender norms. Like he said it like it was a very short clip, and it was really funny because when the show first started and introduced him, like they showed him working out, they showed him doing this, and they're like, and he's a full-time nanny. It was kind of like the
He's a manny?
Yeah.
Manny.
A manny is what
That's
we
what a
call
manny
it.
is. A man nanny.
sorry.
Get to 2022 out.
We're all
Call
about
it a
labels now.
manny.
Yeah, he's
even knew
he's a
that
man.
one.
Even Homestead
Oh
do
my
that.
God! What an insult! All right.
I love that. I love that. And you know, make,
Can we talk about also Janews for a moment?
He's gonna
this
win.
Polish bear. Do you think he's
going
gonna
to win the whole
Really?
thing. He's going, like,
he's
without
this
question.
Polish bear, and he won the first episode, the third episode, but he's right there every step of the way, and he's kind of nerdish. And at first I thought, no, I'm not going to like him. And the more I watch, it was like, oh wow, he is so fun. And he's from Poland, moved to England, and he's fun.
So we got those two and Paul, a silver fox daddy. I'm ovulating over here, just like ready. Cream eggs are always used. I'm ready.
I saw your titties lactating, Cameron. I got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, well, that's our first question. All right, well, let's move on. Next, a new study has found bisexuals experience discrimination far less in the workplace than their gay and lesbian counterparts. The study attributes this to bisexuals being significantly less out in the workplace than their gay or lesbian counterparts. So, question number 2, with a Bacardi mojito shot, I'd swallow that. Bisexual doesn't exist.
Oh, damn.
Or at least they are less likely to be out at work. Wait, let me say.
Wait.
Those are two different questions.
Yeah, those are
That's
two.
very different question.
Yeah, 'cause bisexuality does exist. And why would somebody come out at work if when somebody says, hey, look at that hottie, whichever one they say, they agree with, right? Because they're bi, so they're fine. Why come out?
The study concluded that the discrimination reporting from bisexuals is far lower because they don't come out in the workplace and nobody knows that they're bisexual, and so therefore they don't face
Well, I mean, if you're looking at a house on fire, you're not going to say, I'm going to run inside, right? Like, they have, unfortunately, the luxury.
What the hell?
Wait.
What reference was that, Auntie Maim?
Like that.
Right. Well, no, because
that was a really difficult.
No,
Of course, TriniDaddy got it.
the thing is that, think about it from
right.
their position. They've watched what happens. They know what happens. They've watched queer people. They've watched trans people. They see what happens to them.
Or there's no bisexuals, and they're just covering the fact that they haven't really embraced whether they're gay or lesbian.
No, that's definitely not
So
true. Like, and that's the issue is that a lot of people, before they come out fully, they go into that safe part of the pool, which is bisexuality for a lot of people. But bisexuality is really true. I mean, the thing is that there's naysayers like you, all right, and my mom. Because when I first came out, I came out softly.
Wait,
and, I'm a bisexual.
those are fighting words if you put me in the same bucket as your mother.
Kind of is. I don't know who's worse. Hold on.
Unless it's appropriate. Well, if it's appropriate.
So when I told my mom that I was bisexual, she was like, "You're just greedy."
Oh.
She literally just said that, and she
wait,
meant it.
FayWhat, Mom? She is. Yeah.
Well, and speaking of greedy, if this is about bisexual, shouldn't we get the chance to do 2 shots instead of just one?
My borderline.
No,
bisexual be all inclusive.
It's so much harder because I think you have to keep coming out. Every relationship.
We all have
where
to
it
keep coming
changes-
out, Mark, please.
Yeah, but it's different because when they're on kind of one side, people sort of forget a little bit, and they have to go through all. And they get discrimination from both sides.
Does anybody identify as bisexual at the table?
Pansexual.
Sexual if you buy it.
Pansexual.
Which gets confused.
Which gets
That's
confused.
sexual
love
if
it.
you
I
buy
love a
it.
good skillet, but
Yeah, and so the hair that you kind of split there in terms of anyone bisexual at the table, you raise the pansexual flag. How does that kind of come close to the bisexual question that I just asked?
what happens is, especially being younger, people are like, oh, you're just confused on, as you say, where you'll be. It's happened to a lot of people I know. It happens to myself quite a bit. Because when I say, yeah, I'm queer, or yeah, I'm gay, it's like I don't go down the whole line of labeling, because do I want to say, hi, my name is Cameron, I'm pansexual, homo-amogamous, or homo-polyamorous. You know, there's so many labels that we use nowadays. I'm just like, I'm so tired of it. Hi, I'm Cameron. Just call me Cameron.
Okay.
And we do have to keep coming out and saying, yeah, I'm into men, or women, or men presenting as women, or, you know, those who blur the gender lines and go into the queer category to not concern themselves.
I think that everybody in the acronym LGBTQ screams who they are, except the B. I think the B is the most underrepresented when it comes.
It's like the
to
silent
it.
B and
This is,
numb.
you
You
know?
know?
So I have a.
The silent K
So,
at night.
I have a really close friend of mine who is bisexual, right, 100%, but then she married a man. So now everybody says, no, but now you're straight.
Final
you know?
thought
True.
to that observation being so true and so interesting. We reported earlier in the year on Queer News Tonight that bisexuals in the LGBTQ plus community are 54% of our community.
Yep.
Overwhelming majority
Yes.
of identification in LGBT are, I know, and that was our reaction too. It's like,
We have
wait,
threesome
this is truly a silent majority.
It really
I've
is kind
never
of a shame,
known
though,
a
'cause-
bisexual man in my
I have.
in my personal life, like knowing all the gay men and queer men I know.
But isn't that-
I've
Because they
never
don't come
met-
out to you,
But isn't-
Homestead. That's why, not because they don't exist.
No, it's when I go out.
I
of
wouldn't come out to
Homestead.
you either, TriniDaddy, whatever the hell your name is
Working
today.
in
But
the
do you find, just question to you, since you identify that way, do you find yourself like equally attracted, or is it the woman has to be
Uh-oh.
like,
We called out.
certain,
Spectrum.
you know, kind of niche group, or it's equal, or
that
not?
comes down to each and individual person on what they like and what they're attracted to and what they do with that attraction. You can fully have pansexual relationships while having a homo-monogamous or polyamorous relationship and being solely like intimate relationship-wise with a man, but still have sex and fun with women or that they're of intersex and so on. But, you know.
Fun, so you will sleep with a woman as well.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to explore the different representation in our community. I know many times this year. Next, Warner Brothers announced that Blackish creator Kenya Barris is developing a new take on The Wizard of Oz. Barris tells Variety's Mark Malkin that he intends to include LGBTQ representation in his new version. Question 3. With a Bacardi and Coke shot, I'd swallow that. a new remake of The Wizard of Oz is coming. And it's a terrible idea, and it is a terrible idea to touch our gay Bible.
Put it down.
I need a topic I can drink something.
I'm not
Like literally, like what's
I'm gonna drink.
question?
I'm gonna drink my Bacardi shot in like 2 minutes, but I'm putting it down. I love Bacardi.
I drank. It's a terrible idea.
I
to
don't think
touch
it's a
the
terrible
Wizard
thing
of Oz.
about it. Wizard of Oz. Wicked came from Wizard of Oz, which is like the gayest musical ever. I mean, and there's been other remakes that we haven't been mad about, right?
The Wiz.
The Wiz was
wonderful.
incredible, right? Oz the Great and Powerful. That was another one, and nobody got mad about that.
Which one was the horror themed one? Was that one?
No, that was the sequel to The Wizard of Oz.
I
they
love
did
that
in
one.
like '79. But the entire premise of this is ridiculous because The Wizard of Oz, for a certain generation, is symbolic, right? If
You know it was 1939, right?
Like I said, for this generation, right? I'm not stuttering. I'm not stuttering, right? But the problem is that if you think about it, right? Ask people age 40 and under. When they think of the gay movies, when they think of the queer movies, that is not one of them that they're ever going to name. It's just not, right? They'll say Legally Blonde. They'll say High School Musical.
gosh.
They'll say Mean Girls.
They'll say Mean Girls.
Too long.
Clueless.
Wait,
So-
my head is exploding.
So what
Are
Auntie
y'all
Maim is
telling me if you are a Gen Zer or a millennial, you don't think The Wizard of Oz is relevant to our community?
I had
Hold up.
I didn't
That's
say
not
relevant.
what-
it's just not a sacred cow.
I had two
That's
Gen
it.
Thank you,
Zers
Auntie.
over at the house talking about Wizard of Oz. Neither one of them had seen it. We stopped the entire dinner. Everything, forced them to sit down.
And what did they think?
Did you tie him up?
They didn't really understand why it was a gay movie.
Hey, imagine that.
And I think maybe, hopefully, that's
Do
what
you-
that's
did
what this
you-
because
remake
young people
does.
don't understand metaphors.
'cause
They don't get it.
They don't understand the role of Judy Garland in the movement.
And
They
the
don't
idea of
understand
getting out of
symbolism.
the black and white world that I'm
Into full
forced to
color.
live in
Yeah.
Yeah, they
full
don't get
color.
that. They don't get that.
Did you have the opportunity to go, can you show me something that embraces the LGBTQ community? And they're going to pull out a rainbow something. This is The Wizard of Oz.
They're gonna say Pose. They're not gonna say Wizard of Oz.
they're
I'm
not.
sorry.
Oh
like
my
that's
God.
their
They're not.
Bible.
I respect its place in history, but I would never put this movie on to watch it again. It's
What?
just
I mean, technically,
I
what?
have this power, by the way. It was granted to me by the Human Rights Campaign, HRC. Your gay card suspended for 24 hours.
I'll take your
All right.
shots for you. Thank you
Next.
so much.
Homophobes can't let a gay movie win. Users who haven't even seen Billy Eichner's new gay rom-com Bros are review bombing the film, giving it 1-star reviews on IMDb. Watch.
Hey guys, it's Bobby Lieber coming to you from the future home of the LGBTQ+ museum. Everyone is really excited and totally getting along.
This happens to be Bisexual Awareness Week, and no one has acknowledged it.
Lesbian History Month was in March. Nobody said a goddamn thing.
Of course, lesbians get a month and we get a week.
So what's happening? Didn't you guys have an announcement?
This is a little unexpected, but we are in a throuple situation.
You're in a throuple? Let me tell you what's progressive now. Being alone. I love my life. I love my freedom. I love my independence. That's kind of sad. That I don't want to be in a throuple. I don't even want to be in a couple.
Bobby, I had sex with that 65-year-old.
Jesus, he's ripped.
I know, it's like they injected steroids into Dumbledore. Oh my God, that's Aaron. He's very hot.
Gay guys are so stupid. I know. But we've been smart enough to brand ourselves as being smart.
It's our little secret.
You met a guy?
I don't think I'm his type. He's like gay Tom Brady.
What are you into? One of these ripped idiots with no opinions?
No, I'd like someone who's physically very frail and won't stop talking.
And I bet he's as intimidated by you as you are by him.
I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, I can do whenever and I can do whatever.
Cool, whatever, whenever. GIF of Michael Scott dancing.
Office GIF? This person isn't gay.
I need you to be honest with me.
You like these rowy, meathead idiots. Oh, they're fighting. You like that? Hey. I can be tough like your boys. Oh, that's what you like, huh?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, that's cool. How about it? Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
Now I have to go to a pride party and you're both too old to be in the pool. Please leave.
People are threatening to boycott the museum.
You can't say Lincoln was gay.
If we don't do this, we're letting the heterosexual terrorists win.
There are trans terrorists too. Caitlyn Jenner.
You are so different from me.
You're very intense.
I like to keep things chill.
I can be chill, just like a manly man.
Sup?
Sup? I got you. Yeah.
You gonna need some help here.
Okay, I'm gonna need some help here, bro.
What is going on with you?
My whole life, I've prided myself on being self-reliant, but this guy has gone into my head.
Maybe you're both bottoms and that's the problem.
Bottom dick.
Gay sex was more fun when straight people were uncomfortable with it.
Oh my God, do you guys remember straight people?
Yeah, they had a nice run.
Amazing. Question 4. With a Bacardi Cuba Libre shot, I'd swallow that. I'm surprised, actually, how far homophobes will go to write hate reviews of Billy Eichner's Bros.
It looks like I'm not going to have any drinks
yeah.
today.
Wow.
What the hell?
Hey,
Gee.
I'm drinking.
I'm not surprised, and neither are they. Honestly, come on. They had over like 400 or 500 one stars on IMDb, and the movie hasn't even come out yet.
That's
not
right.
even the critics have been able to see it yet.
That's right.
And there's all these one stars. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Those are haters.
Why is that even allowed, though, on the platform? I understand that some people get to see it ahead of time, but if Rotten Tomatoes does it, IMDb does it, it's like, you know, cut that off because you know what's happening. People are just being jerks with it. Wait till the movie comes out, then you can rate it like an adult.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Good idea.
But I'm doing the opposite. If they're going to do that crap ahead of time, then when the movie comes out, I'm buying 3 tickets to it. I'm streaming it. I am going to just go
Mark,
overboard.
you're
Take me, Mark.
You're so
Mark.
rude
I
to
love that
tell
you
us
can afford that. Can you
Because
get popcorn?
I just want to, I challenge that observation because we have an election November 8th that most of our community won't show up for. So probably they're not going to support the movie in that way.
I hope they do, because like I know that there's some nonprofit groups in the area that are doing like viewing parties, and they're inviting people to go to the theater all together.
If you want to see that level of production quality in gay films, which we usually do not.
Never
have
happened
that
before.
Damn it, you mean?
Never. Stream it. You got to put some money into
That
it.
picture there of McFarlane.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's like, don't you want him
Can we
to
thank
be
Universal
looking-
for this?
I want to thank this tabletop.
He
for
looks
being
like
in
a
the
John,
way.
like a young John Cena.
A young John.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
John
stay away from
Cena.
you. He looks like a young.
Who are you
young
staying
John
away
Cena.
from?
From Master Mark here with his penis. He's doing.
There was a
something over
boner
there.
joke.
Yeah, I don't see
All I heard the table go. And, oh
right.
no!
Well, I'm not
Next.
drinking because I'm all over conservative media and I do this battle every single day. And I probably have 25 comments
Define
right
do
now.
this battle. What does that mean?
On PragerU, on all these conservative talk or wherever you post opinion
Fuck,
shows.
right.
And I mean, they are so offended by every single thing. And it's like hundreds of thousands of comments that surface every day about something like this.
Yeah.
And we're called the snowflakes.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the one ad for it where they're doing nipple suckers on it?
Yes.
I love that one ad. It's so funny. I'm so sad that they didn't
It
include
gives
that.
us an opportunity. We have done more in our coverage and conversation at our platform brands on Bros and Billy Eichner than I think we've ever done on any entertainment product. And the reason why we felt like we had an obligation to is Universal ponied up the money to do a major studio embracement of LGBT. He wrote a genius script, and he used every gay offending trope ever written about our community and goes, let's make fun of ourselves and make it a rom-com. Genius. Billy Eichner, we love you for what you've done.
We're all going to the pool, but you can't because you're too old.
That boy was not talking to me.
I love a J.K. Rowling read without even reading her.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on. Just like the LGBTQ plus Wilton Drive, we seem to be taking a lot of shots tonight. That's a joke for you, Mark.
Oh my.
Let's take a momentary break and hear from our sponsor, Bacardi Rum.
Para la muñeca, por favor. Qué calor.
Well, welcome back. Hilary Duff is in the news. She has recreated the enduring public service announcement from 2008, this time with Pentatonix member Scott Hoyen and his fiancée. It shows Duff confronting them and the two girls for using the word gay derogatorily.
Do you like this top? So gay. Really? Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say?
Well, question number 5. With a Bacardi spiced and ginger shot, I'd swallow that. Hilary Duff and That's So Gay. It was good in 2018. It's better in 2022.
I'm gonna drink to
I'm not drinking crap today.
You know what?
What
I'm
the
gonna drink to
hell?
it, and I'll explain why. Hang on.
Like, is it still relevant?
I'm
Do people still say that that's so gay, like, you know, in a negative way?
You know what
like,
they
not
do
anybody I
today?
hang out with.
Here's what they do
That's so
today.
gay, I'm in.
Exactly.
Yes, I love
or don't say gay. That's where our world's gotten to. That's the reason why this is so good. It smacks you right in the face of going, what in the hell is going on in 22? In 2008, as bad as the campaign was designed to try to overcome this homophobia, they had no vision of what was really coming.
Right?
No vision at
I'll
all.
drink to that.
Okay, well, there's why I
Listen,
took the
and
shot.
Hilary Duff was too young in 2008 for me to bang. Now in
my God.
2022, she's right before the taking. Bring it, girl! Bring it!
Drinking like bitter fruit. Lizzie. Oh, you broke
that
face?
stunned me. She broke me there. Yeah,
a little bit.
Show
Actually.
really has a type.
Yeah,
low-hanging
it really does. The low-hanging fruit. We love it. We love it. We love
It's
it.
so funny.
Finally, this is an interesting story. Japan's Naotaka Yokokawa his first pitch scored a grand slam without even throwing a strike. This bodybuilder champ gave the crowd something to cheer about when he stepped out onto the field, stripped down to a Speedo and his sneakers.
He must be a catcher.
You're hearing he must be a catcher. You're hearing the live reaction of us watching it. Question number 6. With a Bacardi rum punch shot, I'd swallow that. I like baseball better in Japan when the muscled pitcher is in a Speedo while the village people play.
Finally.
I would drink.
But would we still like it if he wasn't exceptionally hot? We wouldn't, right? If some guy that looked like Cameron came out there and got naked and threw the first ball.
Hang on.
Yeah, let's make this viral.
I actually would like that.
I would love that. Give me more.
I was gonna
I'd be
say,
I'll
okay
drink
with that,
so much of
actually.
that. So much Bacardi.
5 shots.
Japanese bear, yes, please. I'll take that.
Oh,
That body
Get some butter in
is
there.
amazing for pictures. It's amazing for some videos as well. But in real life, if you're dating that guy, you are never going to see him. Not unless you go to the gym together.
True.
It takes so much work and hours a day to do that. That like once you've had that, you're like, oh, I don't really like that in real life anymore.
Well, and he doesn't go out to eat. Look at him. He hasn't eaten a carb since 1999. I mean, let's be real.
Well, I mean, you're right, though, because actually I have a friend that's like, he does competitive bodybuilding. His boyfriend also, right? And it was really funny because I talked to them about it and exactly what you just said. The only reason they're together, which almost every other gay will say in the shadiest way, of course they're together. They all do the same exact thing. They have the same meal plan. They go to the gym all the time. They do it. That's their life, and so of course that's who they end up with.
Yeah.
And it's not technically, it's actually not that fun of a life.
The gym is not a personality.
Right. It's not a personality, but also you don't do, like, you omit doing things with friends and family sometimes.
Like
You
your
don't
life is that.
You're
Your life
bringing
is that,
containers
right?
of food with you
Yeah.
to party.
I actually
shallow.
Shaker bottles.
No, here's
Shaker
it's
bottles
very
just
funny actually.
everywhere.
Well, when I
Looks
was
like you're jerking off.
when
Stop
I was
now.
single, I dated a guy that was a bodybuilder here, right? It was like our third date, and he showed up at my house, and he had he showed up at my house. We were gonna watch a movie, and he's like, "Can I heat up something?" And I was like, "Sure." And he just had in foil.
Oh, and it wasn't you?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't
You
actually.
toast your buns?
No, it wasn't. And it was terrible. It was literally like 3 things of chicken breasts.
Yep.
Just wrapped up in foil.
Did he bring you any?
No, this was all for him. And it was the strangest moment because I was like, I don't think this is gonna work.
This is not the kind of chicken I want to.
You know, it's the I have to say it's the wrong kind of personality. I had a long-term experience. I was definitely in the closet. I was president of my fraternity in college at the University of Central Florida. The head cheerleader at my college, University of Central Florida. Wow. Big muscle guy. We hit it off perfectly. I was in student government and president of the student union, and I was captain of the debate team. And he was.
We call it a nerd.
Yeah, yes. And he was what he was in terms of cheerleading, big muscle guy, etc. But we hit it off completely because he liked what I did, and I liked what he did, and it worked great. It can work. You just have to write the. 1,000%. You have to find the right person.
But it's really
season
funny.
your chicken.
These guys, the thing is that with Macho Man playing, because I know we were kind of joking about it earlier, over in Japan, this is considered not sexy. No. This is not a sexy.
They're not really gay friendly over there.
Well, it's not even the gay friendly. Like even for women, like this body type is not considered attractive. It's actually the opposite.
What's sexy? TriniDaddy?
A little more lean,
a little leaner, a little lighter.
Mark?
That's probably
Younger.
No, but really, because the thing is, like for them, it's almost like it's an oddity, right? They actually have a Japanese subculture.
Does that mean what does that mean?
It's difficult being global.
You guys are technically in Japan. You guys
I'm going to move on because I've gotten bored with this entire conversation in terms of body types. We love the positivity of all body types. All right, next up, in a segment we call our best thing of the week. Recently, The View hosted White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. She's a lesbian. I don't know if you heard. She mentioned South Carolina's Senator Lindsey Graham's new federal abortion bill. So our best thing of the week is Whoopi Goldberg remarked on Lindsey Graham saying, maybe he's getting married. This prompted huge laughter from the audience. Then she made the joke and implied he may be gay in regards to gay marriage because he better hurry.
Days away from the midterm elections, what does a win look like for this administration?
I love that you asked me that question. One thing that I really want to call out is we have Lindsey Graham, Senator Graham, and other leaders of the Republican Party who are saying, and they're being very clear about this, folks, we got to listen to them, that they want a national ban on abortion. Yes. And it's not going to matter if you're in a red state or a blue state. That means it will be completely banned. That is their message. That's what they're doing here. And we have to remember that we can't allow that to take us back. We cannot be moving backwards. And it's not just abortion. It's going to be on marriage. It's going to be on contraception. It's going to be on our privacy. And so we have to remember what is at stake for all of us as we move forward. And so want to call that out. And also, Senator Graham had said maybe about a month ago, early August, that he believes when it comes to marriage, when it comes to abortion, it's for states to decide. So, Senator Graham, what changed?
Yeah.
I know, what changed?
Well, maybe he's getting married. Do it quick, because I know people are fooling around with our marriage rights, wherever you stand. You know, it's a pleasure to have you here. You have to come back.
She came back out of commercial, and the executive producers insisted that she say, I was making a joke. I'm a comedian. I was making a joke about Lady G. She didn't say that. I put the words in there. And she had to apologize again and comment on it as recently as yesterday in The View. It's been going on for a number of days now. What do y'all think about our best thing of the week?
I hated seeing her kind of have to capitulate to that producer request when she is a comedian on the show.
It was a
and I am not all about, outing people who are not out, but number one, it was kind of a joke. And number two, if you are going to be closeted and come after your own people, then the gloves are off.
Yeah.
In my book.
Then anything goes.
Absolutely.
Black and orange.
I don't think Whoopi's going to be there for much longer, boys.
I feel like she's getting, her patience is getting
Right?
shorter and shorter.
When was the last time that she got, like, she left for a week or got suspended for something? I mean, like, it's constantly happening. You know, there's nothing that you can say.
It's really interesting when this moment happened, which is funny, and she's a comedian. You can't hold the comedian down, and if you're going to have the comedian on a broadcast television, which is what The View and ABC is, you get what you get, and she's trying to control herself as much as possible. I've seen her show. Her language is very adult-oriented language, but you know what you're going to get. What she said here is so irrelevant compared to what you watch every night on Tucker and Sean and Laura. It's irrelevant. The slashes that they give with no documentation and no attempt to be funny.
And no apologies.
And no apologies.
Anything else.
It's 10 times worse than this. There has been some criticism of Disney, which owns The View, ABC. But it really isn't at that level. They just are lost.
Listen, Whoopi's sitting in the head chair, and sitting in that head chair, she doesn't get to be as funny as she wants to be. If she was in one of the other chairs, then she honestly could say whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah.
I think the way that she handled it, like, because I've seen her dial it back a couple times, is that she makes it known to the executive producer, I don't agree with you, and I'm just going to say it because you want me to say it.
Yeah,
and
she made that point by going on to say, you know, I wonder what we would think that this is my last participation in this show.
And when she got suspended a few months ago, they saw that the ratings dipped so much that when she came back, there was a lot of reporting, I don't know how much of it is true, is that she was totally empowered because they knew that without her, the show is going to sink.
Before we move on, let's make sure that we don't miss the overall big point. Lady G, you probably should try to get married as quickly as possible because the Supreme Court is coming for you. All right, tonight. Is that a shady I think it was. Tonight we introduce a new segment for the launch of season 4 of It's Happening Out. TikTok has become the top source for viral content on the internet. You can find everything from recipes, hot guys, and vacation clips. And nothing says vacation like a cruise on the new cruise brand, Virgin Voyages. Let me tell you real quickly about them.
So nice.
Virgin has been an iconic supporter of the LGBTQ plus community, and now Virgin Voyages brings that to an entire new level as your #1 choice of an LGBTQ plus vacation experience. Value is the word here. A value they deliver with being the only adult cruise. Have you seen the commercial about the kids going, you know, and using the F word or the S word? For a voyage with Virgin, Wi-Fi is included. All food from 20 plus eateries included. Tips included. Group workouts included. Most of the people at the table won't be participating in that. And essential drinks included. Everybody at this table will participate in that. This all means value. And their values are also self-evident. Virgin Voyages fights for equality and the right to be seen and heard and included. So whether on an LGBTQ plus cruise charter, Pride Month celebration, or countless sponsorship of our charities and nonprofits, this is why Virgin Voyages is part of our best TikTok of the week. So each week we're going to show you our favorite TikTok that we watch this week. And this week we're finding out about, breakfast cereals and their sexualities with user at Mr. Carlu.
This is so cute. Okay, so every Friday in my classroom, we do Pointless PowerPoint Fridays, and that is where students can get up and share something totally irreverent and informative with the classroom via PowerPoint presentation. And I had to absolutely share the winner of this week's because I was literally dying the whole time. Keep in mind, these range from like the worst allergies ranked and why, like the worst 10 pictures of Mr. Carlu and why, and like absolutely roasting me. But this one took it a step further this week. Okay, here we go. This changed my life. Cereals and their sexualities. Now I don't teach English and the student is just doing the best they can. Starting off, we have blueberry checks. I think that all checks are allies, but blueberry is my favorite. No, the student was also literally actually just informing students on the different sexualities. So this says, I personally think that the cookie crunch is omnisexual, meaning they fall in love with someone they have a deep connection with and nothing to do with gender, but they have a preference towards men. I think that Crunchberry is bi-curious, meaning they are experimenting with bisexuality. I think that mini wheats are homophobic / super straight, but are one of those people that are like, I don't hate them, I just don't support their lifestyle. Now, I will say that these are frosted mini wheats. I think that Fruit Loops are gay obvi. Fruity Pebbles, genderqueer, they are just genderqueer. I think that the marshmallow ones are lesbian, and they are probably dating someone who is non-binary. The distinction between Fruity Pebbles and Marshmallow Fruity Pebbles absolutely destroyed me. Lucky Charms are pansexual, meaning they don't have a gender preference. And last but certainly not least, Honeycomb are polysexual. They in love with both Lucky Charms and Captain Crunch. Honorable mention for this week is top 10 things that have been ruined for me because of TikTok, and the number one being Mr. Cartlew. So, that was hurtful. Join us next Friday for more pointless PowerPoints.
Bravo, Mr. Carlo. What do y'all think? Our best TikTok of the week.
I want more. I want to know, what is a grape nut sexuality? I want to know, what do you call like frosted flakes? Like if they're loud.
Those are called Tucker Carlson.
No, they're furry. They have their like
tiger,
but I'll take that.
Frosted Flakes sound like a twink.
Yeah.
I was thinking Frosted Flakes without the frosting was like old white men.
That's just
no, they're furry.
Like I said, a twink. Frosted
girl.
That's
called
is a white
And not the good kind.
And I disagree with the mini wheats. With the frosted mini wheats, the mini wheats without the frosting are like mad vegan lesbians.
Ooh.
Doesn't it, right? Doesn't it sound like
and it makes you like, it like hurts as it's going down. So that makes a lot of sense. Right?
It hurts as it's going
like dry
down.
carpet, like dry carpet,
Oh.
right?
Faye, tell us.
Auntie Maim speaks from experience, obviously, because all my women have no carpet. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw it on National Geographic.
I don't like
National Geographic.
That's
how I like my lesbian on National Geographic.
When I was a kid, I used to steal my dad's National Geographic to look at the naked titties.
All of those indigenous ladies.
What? I was not the only one.
We would go to the library, get a hall pass to the library to get the National Geographic.
Bringing it back to the cereal, I will say Frosted Flakes are for furries because they have Tony the Tiger, who's
great.
He's more like a bear. You don't think he's like a bear?
He's a tiger. His name's Tony the Tiger.
I know his name is freaking
But he has
the
bear
Tiger
energy.
Cameron, but
He has
he's got
bear energy.
BDE, and he's also got bear energy.
He's a muscle bear. If he's going to be a bear,
Yes.
He's like a wolf. He's more like a wolf.
Can't you see him with a harness?
I do in my dreams.
You know, before we move on, I just want to point out, this is so incredibly fabulous. Mr. Carlo, literally, all of us at It's Happening Out are talking to you. This is so brilliant that you have the bravery to do this. We understand that you're a high school teacher in Branson, Missouri. Branson should be very proud of you. Your school should be very proud of you. And you know why? With 50,000 teachers in Florida, we do not have one single teacher in Florida that could do this. Not even one. And it's not because that they don't want to, or they don't want to teach, or they don't want to broaden horizons, or they don't want to educate, but because we have radicals here in our state that go, what you did is completely inappropriate and takes away parental choice, and we're trying to live in 1874.
Somebody might call it grooming, okay?
Oh yeah, that
Somebody
word.
would call it that stupid word grooming. But I can't even
Parental
take my
choice,
dog to get groomed anymore without like getting
Grooming's okay if you're straight.
If any of our parents had a choice, we probably would not be the sexuality that we
right.
are.
Maybe we wouldn't either. The point is, Mr. Carlo, you, I shan't out you. I have absolutely no idea your sexual identity. Although,
I hope he's gay. I hope he's gay. I hope he's gay.
But at the end of the day, what a magnificent job you are doing in your principal mission, which is to educate. Congratulations to you. Before we leave the dock, get it, with TikTok?
I just learned what docking means between two boys. I just learned.
Not all
Mark
boys.
just
Not
told me
all
that
boys.
when two penises do something.
But not all
Wait,
boys.
what is it, Faye?
You know,
What does it actually mean?
When two
You tell us,
penises,
TriniDaddy.
You know, there was
That's
something in the
not
middle,
all
and
kinds
then-
It actually is more
It's-
diagram.
You can get
needed.
some cheese in there if
you know,
want.
all of our friends at
maybe
Virgin
cheese.
Voyages are going, wait, we've never been associated with
That
this
kind of
phrase.
talking?
No,
Right,
no.
exactly. We love Virgin.
love
All right, before we leave the dock with TikTok, I'm giving you one more opportunity. All right, let's think about the best place to make your next video. And of course, that's Virgin Voyages.
I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through like a virgin. Touched for the very first time like a virgin. When your heart beats next to mine.
You know, we have to say we love Virgin Voyages. Obviously, in the LGBTQ community, you're ticking every box that there is to tick. And when you do a commercial like this, where your name is Virgin, the playfulness of that, Branson knew what he was doing all of those years before, and you promote your brand using Madonna in and her music in the background. Come on, Bullseye, you tick everything that we love in the LGBTQ community. We love it. All right, each week at It's Happening Out, we ask our host about what is important to them. But there is a twist. It must be in just 30 seconds, or you hear this bell. This segment is called What's on Your Mind, and it's sponsored by Jets Pizza. Now, if you're not aware, Jets is the LGBTQ plus pizza of choice by South Florida. What's on our mind is the deep dish Detroit-style pizza, or perhaps the cauliflower thin crust. That's my favorite. Jets Pizza has been with It's Happening Out for 4 years. They captured our attention for our 4th season with their new campaign called Bigger is Better. Wow, wait. And of course, they're talking about their slices. What did y'all think I was talking about? Jet supports a huge variety of LGBTQ plus events and nonprofits with more than 400 locations nationwide and 35 here in Florida. They are considered one of the best franchise opportunities in the country. Everybody paying attention. There's a great job. And the South Florida LGBTQ plus community loves their pizza. And this is why Jet's Pizza is our sponsor of What's on Our Mind. And what's on your mind? Okay, let's start with Auntie Maim. Auntie, what is on your mind this week?
Oh my gosh. What's on my mind this week is I am so nervous about how many people are going to do awful Jeffrey Dahmer Halloween costumes.
For sure.
I am very worried because our people don't understand that sometimes things aren't a joke, and I know it's very popular right now, but I just really, I pray that you remember that this isn't like Freddy Krueger, this isn't like Jason. This is a real thing that happened, real people died. Please, for God's sake, don't make a joke out of this for Halloween, please. There are so many other things.
What are the odds that the community is going to go along with you?
None.
All right, wait.
Absolutely none.
None. No chance of you. You've expressed what's on your mind, but it ain't happening. FayWhat, what's on your mind?
FayWhat? So you know what is on my mind? Divorce is on my mind.
Uh-oh.
Okay? You know,
Teresa, are you listening?
Yeah. So a lot of reasons for divorce, right? Infidelity, lies, financial issues, all that kind of stuff. You know what's not a reason for divorce? Is when somebody watches a binge-watchy show without you. That is not grounds for divorce. That is not a reason for someone to get mad at you. Maybe you weren't home and I just wanted to watch the end of Yellowstone without you. It doesn't mean you have to get mad, Teresa, and try to throw the marriage thing at me. I wanted to watch it without you. That's not grounds for anything. I didn't sleep with anybody. All I did was watch the show without you, and I told you.
Do we have more party?
Wait. And that bell is the proudest support of you ever. Just this morning, the Lord of the Rings series, I waited and waited and waited and waited, and it was like, oh no, I'm not waiting anymore. And I binged every single episode that's run, and this morning, the words were, how dare you? When was I gonna watch it? Yeah, Teresa. All right.
Oh my God.
Cameron Glass, what is on your mind this week?
Honestly, being an entertainer, I've been toying with the idea of doing drag again. Oh. I know.
You would be a good drag queen.
I would be, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Are you going to be bearded?
Partially. I would have to cut it back a little bit just to be able to put more makeup because I like to paint, but also OnlyFans is coming to mind as well.
Clearly, that doesn't matter. Oh, sorry.
Clearly, the bills get paid.
Put the context together. Hang on.
The bills get paid.
Hey, can I wax you?
Of course.
Booked and blessed.
And what would your drag name be?
Serotonin.
Yes.
Serotonin.
She's here to make you feel good.
Right.
All right, next, Mark Moffitt. What's on your mind this week?
The freaking opposite of you, Miss Faye. Mine is marriage. You guys,
Push the ring. Push the ring.
You guys are
cute.
just getting to.
Yeah, let's bring in the puppies.
Well, it gets better. I'm getting married in January to the love of my life. It took me 40-something years to find. But
Was he in prison?
Released on parole.
They've been pen pals for
He's got the best
just met him yesterday.
Now they're getting married.
There's a heart over the eyes.
He uses the best stamps on his letters. But no.
Do you call him by his name or inmate number 56432?
Or boy something.
Boy. Oh, dear. Wow.
You guys are not going to get invited.
Wow.
No, that totally changed what was on my.
totally
This is going to be a mass invitation.
Don't do that. I was going to buy that bucket of J-Lube.
You don't get a plus one.
right.
You don't get a plus one.
Okay.
You don't get a
I'm
plus
here for
one.
you.
All right.
For you, Mark.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mark. The announcement of your wedding.
Silence, bottom.
And we have run out of time. I'm so sorry.
A couple more.
Oh. And the funny thing is, I could give you more time. TriniDaddy, what is on your mind this week?
So something completely atypical, Mercury in retrograde. It's been on my mind.
I'm bored already.
I have had. I'm
ready.
Can you go back to what you were talking about?
Yeah,
about
hey,
being
I
a
got
drag
my-
queen?
I got my tits
Show
ready.
me your titties.
Come on, baby.
Oh, I so appreciate that.
I'm the most non-horoscopy person ever, but I have had probably.
Oh, wait, we're talking about horoscopes?
You're a Leo,
Yeah,
aren't you?
Mercury in retrograde.
Oh,
There's no such thing as Mercury retrograde.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not that thing, but I have had 15 days
Mark
of
and Gator.
straight up bad luck,
pull some
including
science on
today
that.
when my AC broke. So somebody
Right.
told me,
Go ahead,
look,
you're gonna
it's
deliver the
Mercury
joke?
I
in
can't even begin.
Homestead! Homestead!
It's like Beetlejuice. Say it 3
And they
times.
just got air conditioning.
3 times. And it becomes a superpower. He becomes Beetlejuice. Homestead! Homestead! Homestead!
I will
Okay.
appear in your
There you
home.
go. All right.
TriniDaddy, come on.
didn't
You
work,
didn't-
he's
You
still
didn't have a bad 2 weeks because of bad luck. It's because you suck.
I need a Bacardi shot for that.
You know,
Here's to that.
There we go. I'm taking a shot to that one. You're not having bad luck.
We didn't suck. We didn't get all the way through.
Okay.
Can that be on your reel?
Right, exactly. All right. We have to close our What's on Your Mind. Wow, this was an interesting one. Because what is also, I'm trying, is also on our mind is great Jets, and I apologize, Jets. Wait, are we going to show the
Never
pizza?
apologize. I
Yeah.
love Jets. Jets
Love.
is delicious.
Yeah. No, I was apologizing.
Yes. Look at all that meat.
And
Ooh.
The only sausage I put in my mouth.
And that's
Get it,
And it's the
That's
only one
why-
Cameron has yet to try.
That's right. Oh my goodness. All right. And you know Jets is going to love this conversation. Here's something from Jets.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza. Jet's Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets, better because it has to be.
Go sleep with them.
Thank you, Jets. You've been with us for 4 years. We really appreciate it. Hotspots Magazine. Everybody know they're part of our group, of our television network, and the magazine side at Hotspots. Well, they're celebrating, getting ready to, 37 years this fall. Wow. It has been documented, oldest LGBTQ publication in Florida. They have been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle, and that is the spirit of Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. And it is sponsored by the Broward Center for Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, Mark, you probably know something about this. We've always made jokes about size matters. Well, when it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. The Broward Center for the insert joke there. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is the destination of choice for LGBTQ plus South Florida for spectacular entertainment in large varieties of performance venues, Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the entire world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. Broward Center is the home for LGBTQ entertainers, shows, Broadway, national drag performance, LGBTQ plus choral events, and so much more. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities. Ever heard of it? It's called Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and of course all over South Florida. They support that LGBTQ plus community and are nonprofits unlike any theater in South Florida. And we are excited to tell you in the upcoming shows, the rich 22-23 season that Broward Center for Performing Arts will be bringing to our LGBTQ plus community. And did you know, interesting, surveys show that LGBTQ plus community participates in live theater performance 2.5 times more often than straight counterparts. And that's why they are a sponsor of Hotspot's Queer Entertainment this week. Let's get right to it. This Halloween demands a celebration filled with excitement, and what can be more exciting than LGBTQ plus shows and movies? The entertainment business is all set to celebrate 31 days of Halloween. You've heard the phrase many times, with Interview of the Vampire, Wicked, and queer horror movies like the new M. Night Shyamalan Knock at the Cabin. It doesn't get any gayer than this. Thank you, Mr.
Perfect
Shyamalan.
image.
Right. Our Hotspots, right? Our Hotspots Queer Entertainment headline of the week. The high holy days begin with the 31 days of gay Christmas. That means Halloween. Here's the proof.
One magic day, he passed my way. While we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to learn and be loved in return.
Child, I need a moment. And speaking of Hotspot's Queer Entertainment, here's a quick glimpse of all of the shows that we're going to see. What do y'all think of Interview of the Vampire, Wicked, Knock at the Door?
Well, suck me dry. And
Right.
I mean, my wallet for the ticket.
Really?
Yeah. But even the knock at the cabin, right, is about two gay boys
gay.
that are with their daughter,
M. Night
right?
Shyamalan's movies, lead characters are two gay married fathers
Yes.
with a child.
Yes, and they're not flamboyant, and it's not like a big, they are two parents going to the cabin with their child to have a nice little getaway.
Yes.
But the universe has other plans.
If we were going to have an It's Happening Out movie, Mark and I would be the dads, you would be the child, all of the flamboyance, no, they don't get to be in the movie.
It looks amazing. I mean, Interview with the Vampire was my childhood fantasy. Growing out my nails, painting them black, and imagining these moments. So
why is that? I'm curious. Now that doesn't strike me because frequently
Homestead?
Well, that and I was going to use.
Why was there a
Nerdish.
question mark at the end? Why? Homestead? Like
Right?
it's a fact.
Yeah. You know there's going to be a meme on him. I guarantee you, somebody's going to create a meme. Homestead, and then there's going to be a picture of Beetlejuice. I guarantee. But why? Why were you so interested?
Because as a queer kid, I mean, that's what you latch on to. There's so much homoeroticism in all vampire movies, and if you don't have anything else, and you don't have the vocabulary to understand what it is or talk about, you see something like that, an Anne Rice movie, I don't know why I like it so much. I don't even, you don't even know you're gay at the time. You just know that there's something about it, and you gravitate towards the style, everything.
My whole life I've loved to see two gay boys. Whatever you guys do together, I like to watch. Sex, kissing, whatever it is. And I just remember at a young age watching Interview with a Vampire and getting turned on and not understanding why I was turned on.
Exactly.
But knowing I had to see that freaking movie 5 more times, right?
It's such an interesting, such an interesting observation, and the reason is because, and there's been lots of academic things in colleges written about this. Two men that in a very, we're not talking about sex. We're not just talking about the act of sex. Two men that caress and slowly embrace themselves and
say
kiss.
Slower, say it slower.
Exactly. So many academic focus has been on how erotic two men are as opposed to a male and female. And the reason the academic notes about this come out is because a male and female principally, and nothing's universal, but principally reflect a dominant and a passive role. With two men, it can be a dominant and a passive role. It can be two dominant roles. It could be two passive roles. And because of the ability to have those kind of choices that you can't get in a heterosexual relationship generally, it's considered in many academic circles as a very erotic. And why the phrase homoerotic is used is because those images of them biting the necks, which theoretically could kill, but you watch it, it's like, holy crap, please bite me that way.
It's the ultimate really in vulnerability. Because neither one is kind of the aggressor or going after. They both have to be open. They're both doing something taboo. That even if they're not your type, which is, I'm kind of glad that they're not picture perfect, because it makes you go into the characters and into that vulnerability.
But it keeps our attention longer when they're hotter.
I agree with Faye.
But do they have to be
That's a different kind of video, Faye, and I want them to turn back to my
that
house.
anytime you want on Pornhub. That's where that is.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like much to what Cameron just said, like what is hot, right? Like when you think about that, I mean, it's very often that, I mean, you think about the everyday person and you think about why people end up who they end up with. Very often, you'll see people that some person will say that person's hot and some person will say that person's hot, and you're like, oh, but these are two very different looking people, but it's always in the eye of the beholder.
But the original, no one ever said, oh, Tom Cruise is not hot, Brad Pitt is not hot,
Yes,
Antonio Banderas is not hot. I mean, like, no,
but in the
it's interesting. As the season goes on, if I have anything to do with it, we're going to be reporting on an Interview with a Vampire.
Every week.
Just so I can watch it. Exactly, right. It's interesting because I suspect, and I have read some of the intention of the Louis and Lestat characters, that they didn't want to be Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, and the reason is because it distracts from the story. We don't want to take our eyes. We don't want to be watching Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt in that movie was stunning. Him in Thelma Louise was stunning, but it takes eye out of the story. And what they want to do is, you give us enough time and you're going to look at these two and feel the exact same way. And the eroticism of them is going to totally overwhelm you.
And you're going to remember the character names and not the actor names.
Right.
It's
hopefully. Because I have no idea who any of those actors are, so good. And this is a series, right? It's not a movie.
That's
so
right.
Okay.
That's right.
I'll remember
another. Forward to that.
And
so every
Al, you wouldn't want that guy
I'll
from Rose in Interview with a Vampire?
Yeah. Wait. I'm going to need a real few minutes here. Let's pause the show. No. And the other thing that's interesting is AMC's going to make this work because they've made the largest investment ever in their history in a show in this. They have built in New Orleans a complete cityscape of being able to do all of the scenes. They have invested in this gigantically. And they wouldn't do that if they didn't go, oh, they're going to get 10 million owls, because they're going to get 10 million owls. It's Halloween is here. We're getting ready for the best 31 days.
Gay Christmas!
Yay! Exactly. I can't wait to work. Next, we are proud of our special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. Supporting that partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out Television Studios. I'm frankly quite surprised that Cameron was able to cross through the threshold without bursting into flames.
Because he's already flaming.
Right. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral Sunday International Service at 10:30 a.m. every week.
I'm James Wallington.
I'm Will Jardell, and we are the winners of The Amazing Race.
We made history as the first LGBTQ plus contestants to get engaged while competing across the world on the show.
Oh, and we also won the $1 million.
And Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
All right, well, next up, if we were standing around the LGBTQ water cooler, you're listening to all this live, by the way. It's all live. If you were standing around the LGBTQ water cooler, this is what we may all be talking about. It's sponsored by Hot Topic, and Hot Topic is an American retail chain with nearly 700 locations specializing in counterculture-related clothing and accessory. An interesting retail brand. As they present licensed music and other kinds of things. Hot Topic represents many varied interests of the LGBTQ plus community, including music, movies, graphic artists, gaming, and more. Hot Topic also features one of the largest collections of Pride merchandise in America, and they celebrate all the aspects of the LGBTQ plus community. Hot Topic is a major supporter of the diversity of our community and supports many events, festivals, and nonprofit LGBTQ organizations. Very notable is their support of the Trevor Project, the LGBTQ community's most important voice for LGBTQ young people. And that's why they are the sponsor of It's Happening Out, Hot Topic. Here's our Hot Topic for this week. Resorts, cruises, and tours across the world arrange all gay events and holiday packages to cater to the queer community with a vibrant ambiance and various services. While this shows the acceptance of queer community, it can also mean that the community itself widely prefers not to travel with straight tourists. Our Hot Topic of the week. When we travel, do we really need all gay cruise charters and all gay hotels? You don't think in your travels.
You cannot argue with the sales. They've got, what, 8,000 people coming?
Yeah,
so
this spring, the largest cruise event ever in history of the world is happening right here in Fort Lauderdale, Wilton Manors. 2 different ships will be here simultaneously. 8,000 gay men will be here.
But it is not something for me. Like I
8,000 men are too much to you?
No, well,
too much semen?
I like being
we finally found a master.
I like being a little bit more special in the room. I like being a little bit better dressed than my straight counterparts. I like standing out a little bit, and in that ocean, I'm lost at 5'10". So, yeah, I'm sticking with the straight cover, so I can just...
5'10" is great. With or without the heels.
Let me tell you a quick story of, and maybe this is why we like it, because you can do things on these cruises or hotels that you can't. I have friends, many friends, that went on a cruise last month in the Eastern Mediterranean.
By friends, he means himself.
Yeah, no, it wasn't me, but had many friends on one of the major brands of LGBT. They did not have the dick doc, famous thing. Look it up, Google it. The dick doc.
I know what that is.
On the cruise ship.
He knows something.
I'm so happy you know something.
By day 4, they relented. The operator of the LGBT charter said, okay, this is what we're going to do, and reportedly told staff, just don't go there. And they created the dick doc. And so it's an interesting activity. I'm kind of talking in code. I don't need to, but it's this.
So it's like the pool table at Ramrod.
Was that excitement?
Exactly.
Hey, look at you, Faye.
That's right.
I'm just like, why is he?
Bitch, I know.
He's an ally.
The pool table at Raymond.
Every straight cruise has a gay section.
Yeah.
It's just the sauna.
Well, and that's the thing. Okay, when it comes to gay events, it's boy gay. Okay, let's be clear about that. I think that you guys deserve your safe spaces, and we totally get it.
Lowercase
but
g.
debauchery is what it is, and what you guys have, and you're allowed to have it.
Wait,
Why not?
clarification. Did you just say that kind of thing is on these cruises?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I will say. I will.
Book
You want to take his gay card again?
Book ticket.
His gay card again?
He's already suspended.
Oh,
he shouldn't even be driving the car at this moment.
But like when
his license has been revoked.
But when you have someone like Virgin Voyages who has an active drag queen as a lead presenter and entertainer.
Well, and there's the issue. The issue is this seems like it's
Virgin
so
Voyages.
15 years ago. We can do this everywhere and in any way that we want, and we're accepted. So why do we still need to do it in this way and go?
Because you boys don't want to look over your shoulder. You just want to do what you want to do and not worry about.
They want to
like
go
that.
to room 4
You
or
can go to
5.
straight cruises right now and go and look at the paper and say Friends of Dorothy, and you know that's where all the gay people are going to go meet at the bar.
Faye, you've even performed. You've been a host on lesbian cruises. Does sexual activity go on in the?
Hell yeah, we would leave the door open. That was the sign, or we would leave a thong on the door to say, "Come on in, baby. No need to say your name."
Oh my gosh, is
I
there
don't
a
even
thong?
know-
Is
I
there
don't
like a
even-
thong color code like they have for
Oh my God, the
handkerchiefs?
hanky code.
Is there a hanky code for dogs?
So new to me. I didn't even know they had sex.
This is.
I'm kidding.
Wow, master. Wow.
Nothing's more punk rock than Hot Topic
So
and
it's really
lesbians.
the same thing. The girls do the same thing. You're just much quieter.
Yeah, we're just much quieter.
Yeah.
Except when we're orgasming, then we're
And then
much louder.
You know, there's truth to that. I
Deck
was
4 is
watching.
just,
I was watching recently. Well, I won't tell you the circumstances, but I was watching porn.
I hope the circumstances
someone.
were private.
Yeah, no, well, they weren't. and because of a individual person that I'm friends with, he sent me a video and said, "Oh, you got to watch this because it's really interesting in what I did." And he's a very good friend of mine working in porn. I know lots of porn people.
No.
And I know it's shocking. And it was a scene with a woman, and it was like I could watch about 3 minutes of it before I couldn't stand it anymore.
Really?
Because she screamed and screamed. It's like, child.
Put a sock in her mouth.
Or anyway,
Put something else in her mouth.
Face well, then she would scream. See, I don't know. Y'all are an interesting species.
Well, there's a difference between feminine porn noises and feminine sex noises. There's a huge difference between them.
Yeah.
You know, you got that.
How are your feminine
What's
sex
with-
voices, Cameron?
I was going to ask
Without
you.
skipping a
that
beat,
was a good
Faye.
That was
place.
better, right?
Yeah. So apparently, we're not getting rid of our gay cruises anytime soon.
No,
we're not.
Okay,
No,
all
we're
right.
not. Thank you, Virgin.
Yeah,
Thank you, Virgin.
There's some people-
We
And
should
Hot
do
Topic.
this show on a
Right.
gay cruise, like one of these travel kind of things.
Virgin host. It's happening out.
TriniDaddy, you've been on one freaking show. You're already adding for us to go on the road. One
Hey.
freaking show. I've been sitting here 2 years.
Y'all
and you're like,
exciting
let's go on
me.
a cruise.
Right, exactly. Yeah, all right.
Virgin.
Going to move on. That's our hot topic of the week. Next, we are going to play our game, Shag, Marry, Chop, and it's sponsored by, of course, who? Andrew Christian.
Yeah.
Our game is a playful conversation about sex, and nobody has done that better than Andrew Christian. Andrew Christian is a literal representation of the playfulness and the world's most recognized sexy fashion brand for men. Iconic names like Trophy Boy, I know about 6 Trophy Boys personally, swimsuits, underwear are just the start of Andrew Christian. In fact, you were Mr. Sawmill. I've had many Trophy Boys in my house at Sawmill.
In my
Founded,
house.
No.
The O.
No. Wrong. All right. Andrew Christian was founded by and dedicated to the LGBTQ plus community. Andrew Christian has become a status symbol for straight men wanting to adopt a gay representative lifestyle that Andrew Christian represents, and that's why he's been so successful. The brand's support of our community is unparalleled. Pride events, major parties, charitable fundraisers, and many of the issues that have become critical to the gay community are supported by the Andrew Christian brand. And the brand's presence in pop, culture, entertainment, video, and so much more is why Andrew Christian is our sponsor of Shag, Marry, Chop, and you'll get to see why right now. Tonight's theme is Gay in the News. These people that we're getting ready to show you have all been in the news this week. They're topical this week. So this week we're going to play with the monkeypox hot Dr. Dimitri Daskakalis. I apologize, I mispronounced it. We participated, by the way, in a White House online press conference with him today.
Oh, yeah?
Dear Lord.
Dr. Dimitri, and watch some of the pictures we're showing you of Dr. Dimitri.
Triple D.
Exactly.
That's
And
right.
The second choice
Delicious.
is
What?
NFL's Carl Nassib, the first
Nassib.
openly
Nassib.
Nassib. Thank you. I always mispronounce. Carl Nassib, first LGBT out NFL football player. And the third one is an interesting choice in the news this week because of a picture. And that's Leslie Jordan. I believe Leslie Jordan.
Right?
He's so
Look
cute.
at the boy in the 1970s.
He looks so
Leslie,
butch,
how
right?
did you
He looks
go?
so butch.
You go, boy. I love that.
Shorter.
Well, short people put on muscles so
Yeah.
much easier.
All right.
Yeah, true.
He was short then.
All right. So let's play Shag, Marry, Chop. Auntie, since you spoke, I'm going to come to you first. Who are you
Karen's like, how did
shagging?
he get shorter? I'm like, that's how short people are.
Yeah.
So Shag, Marry, Chop. All right, so I'm going to say I will marry Dr. Dimitri because marrying a doctor is everything.
This is Shag, Marry, Chop. So we start with
Shag.
Who you shagging?
Fine. I'm going to shag Carl. Definitely, because I like touchdowns.
now who's okay.
I thought you were going to
and
say you like tight ends.
and who's shagging who?
We'll figure it out after a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what Carl's into, but I'm
Yeah.
versatile, so you know,
Cardi,
whatever.
Everybody's.
Why does everybody say they're
I don't say that.
I mean, I'm versatile in that I'm just lazy. So that's, you know.
Flip me over and
Hi.
take which end you
I'm
want.
lazy.
Whatever
Lazy.
happens.
Lazy.
Either I'm on my back or on my front, whichever one
Okay,
you want.
And
Right?
doctor
So
is
the doctor
you're
will be
married.
my Mary,
Yeah.
right?
And you
And
so
I'm
you're
gonna
marrying for
chop-
the money
I'm
or
gonna-
the hotness of the leather kind of thing.
All of it?
All of the above. Got it.
Like with hot, money, doctor, intelligent. I think that's a
You
yeah,
know, I'm
life partner.
quite sure that Mr. Nassib and Leslie Jordan have a few coins in their bank also.
So I'm only chopping Leslie because also being a pint-sized queen, I don't want to be like against my other pint-sized queens, but it's not really like.
So size matters.
Y'all be nice to Minnie.
Wow. Height does matter because
No,
I like taller men. I like taller men. It's not. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't. I like taller
Did you
men.
hear what Master called Auntie Maim?
No.
Mini Miss Cleo.
Minnie.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Right.
I'm just wondering if there's like psychic energy about to come out.
There's a lot.
Call me today.
A lot of people in it.
Call me.
There was a hurricane. I'm not wearing a good wig.
Wait. You didn't dress up. No glitter in your beard of your brain.
There's a hurricane.
Because there's a hurricane
That's right.
coming.
There's a tornado warning. I'm not losing my shit. What are you talking about?
Talking with the drink.
Oh my God! And now
Make a
connect
water
that dot to I can't be lazy and have my head in the pillow.
Flip me over.
Now I've learned so much about you.
That's right.
All right,
Just a
and
moment. Get a turban.
You're gonna watch this back. Your friends are gonna watch this back and go, yeah.
They're gonna know this. Nothing I say
All right,
is new.
TriniDaddy, who are you shagging?
I mean, I want to shag and marry Carl.
Nope, you can only pick one.
Follow the rules.
I
Shag.
will shag Carl.
Carl.
I have a
And
feeling he'll shag you. But go
Dr. Dimitri.
Is that true?
What?
You threw something out on the table.
I missed it.
That
Sorry.
Who's
I
gonna
think
shag
that he'll
who?
be shagging you, not you shagging him.
I don't think so.
Is he a tight end or a
Oh.
I
The
really
viol-
don't think so.
Ooh, so he even went farther. The
Wrestle
violinist
for it.
is
I thought he was a penis.
And he's that too.
Yeah.
Is
We
that someone
know.
who pees in places?
We know
No.
Faye's good with his hands. He's
Is that
good
what
with
that
his
is?
hands.
No.
Are we 14 years old here?
Well, how about-
Yeah.
well,
He's a
Faye's gonna love
master
him
of
a
fingering.
trombonist.
That's what he is.
Or trombone.
G-string,
my.
fingering, yes, we hear it all.
Okay.
So Dr. Dimitri, I know y'all are salivating over him.
Yes.
But, that's not really my type, but I wouldn't, kick him out of bed.
What do you think about, I forgot, CDC or National Institute of Health? I think CDC. But he is the guy in monkeypox.
Good marketing.
And I still have my scar from my vaccine right
Me
here.
too.
And I love that and all that stuff, but you know what I've learned in life? Like, I don't need the most intelligent guy. Like, I've had that, I've tried it out. Just a guy who's fun, and this Carl
No, you
dude
want someone like
is
you, right?
so much fun.
What? I didn't know where else to go from there.
I think Carl is, like, I don't know if you've seen interviews with him or anything.
I have many.
He is so charming and so much fun. So I guess I'll marry the doctor, Dimitri, because, degrees and stuff. And
Okay.
Leslie, sorry.
And why are you chopping Leslie?
Because I'm not a
racist.
There's nothing about him that's really appealing to me.
His humor?
It's a type of humor. It's just not my type.
Oh my God.
Southern Queens everywhere just said, oh.
Will and Grace still
Are you
hasn't
sure
gotten
you're
down
not
to Homestead
left-handed? Because
yet.
all your
Understand that.
It hasn't gone in his AOL yet.
Wow, I'm a
Sorry.
little shocked. Okay.
I don't like Wizard of Oz.
And Mark Moffitt, who are
There's
you
the
shagging?
door.
So easy. So Leslie Jordan, look at the 70s vibe, shagadelic, shagable. That is the shag.
Leslie?
Because I don't want anything to do with it nowadays, so I would just have a shag back in the
Did
70s.
you call
with that
Leslie
look.
Jordan it?
It?
Well, he is
that
the
what you
same
just
size
said?
of it from
Shagadelic.
I don't
Shagga.
want any part of it. Were you talking about him?
No,
think he meant
I don't want
marriage.
any part of the shag in his current
Canceled.
state. I think
Got
I
it.
would break him.
You would break him.
So I would shag the
Now
70s
Leslie Jordan's
version.
going to call you up and go, well, let's see.
Well, now,
Try
let's
it.
see now. Hey, with that man's checkbook, we will see.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
All right.
Isn't he
And your Mary is?
Mary, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Dr. Dicklicious.
That's about right. It's that way.
I would be
yeah.
a freak every day of that man's week.
Don't you just applaud that in the job he's doing and what he's doing officially for the United States government, for the Biden administration, for LGBT, for monkeypox, that he would present this way? That it's amazing he's presenting in the way that he's presenting.
And he's
Is it
wearing
that
a
he-
harness.
Power
you
to
look-
ya.
Oh, there's
No,
pictures
nobody
that
wants to,
are really racist
nobody wants to
pictures.
talk to Dr. Fauci about blowjobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this guy, you'll
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Cameron.
Didn't he get
Wait.
throat surgery? That's an upgrade.
And by the way, the only person that does is me. I'm talking to Dr. Fauci in November. And
About
Leslie
blowjobs?
Jordan, wait, note to self about blowjobs. Yes. And Leslie
And so-
Jordan is a chop.
No, he's my shag.
Oh, he's your
shag.
shag.
He's the shag.
You're
Dr.
chop.
Dicklicious is the Mary, and I would chop Carl because
More for me.
I just don't have time to train another newbie with all of the with the current kind of class load that I have.
you don't know if he
just
already
not
has
sure
that.
I
Just
could
get a
take it
shock
there.
collar.
He already wears jock straps. He's halfway there.
Look, give me Dr. Dicklicious, who I know knows what he's doing.
Oh,
Okay.
you know, this is
Carl's
my
gonna
first
be like-
episode with Mark. We are going to so get into it as episodes go on. And
Doctor?
Yeah.
He's gay?
They're all gay.
Oh.
Welcome to It's Happening Out, TriniDaddy.
It's not that you don't understand.
He just arrived from Homestead. He literally just got here.
I was just checking. I didn't know if that was
arrived
announced.
at the studio. What are we doing tonight?
I didn't know about Dr.
Your card is so suspended. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a teacher reprimand you. That's what
Master Mark.
All right. Right?
No, he would enjoy that too much.
He probably would.
He would enjoy that way
I
too much.
suspect both of them like the same thing, though.
Me and Mark? Like they have the same type?
No.
Oh, like the same.
Kink. Fetish.
Yeah, that both of you are, you play the same roles.
Do you like...
Oh,
okay. Yeah,
maybe.
probably like you wouldn't
Anyone?
expect us to be the people in charge, but we can put down
Really,
that-
TriniDaddy a master?
Oh,
I don't see
Oh.
No, a dad.
I-
There's
I
a
see him
difference.
We
more
can
like a
wait for
madam.
another segment for that.
It's very funny because he's fooling us.
He ain't.
He's
You think
fooling
he
us.
is?
Yeah, wait till we explore it. We're gonna
Trinidad.
find
Gaping
out.
bottom.
Right,
He
right,
ain't
right.
Trinidad.
All right. And Cameron,
His Maim, honey. It ain't Trini.
Oh,
Trini
right.
Bob.
No, it's not that. It definitely is not. And he's going, what the hell am I doing here? Who
are these people?
I know,
Quietly, quietly.
Who are these people? Because he arrived 5 minutes ago. He's been in the show for an hour and 15 minutes, but 5 minutes ago he arrived. Thank you. All right.
Are you having a twingasm?
Cameron Glass. Who are you
like-
choosing? Who are you
I feel like
shagging?
this is so unimportant now, but oh god, shag, marry, kill. I'm gonna. This is
Chop.
Chop, marry, kill.
We'll teach him the
Chop.
brand
Chop.
too.
Wait.
Got it. Shag, marry, chop.
Shag, marry, chop.
Wait.
So,
Shag.
Shag.
All right.
Dang. That wasn't great. ASL.
marry,
Who are you shagging?
So, are we talking about old school Leslie
Shagging
or
is-
Whatever you're
Whatever
going to
you
tell
want,
us.
whatever calls to you.
I am gonna shag old school Leslie because that is. Oh my! Look at that. Just.
Now I'm curious.
Go on.
I suspect I do not have any inside information, literally, but I suspect Leslie Jordan has a specific proclivity. Do you think your proclivity matches his proclivity?
I think he likes humor. I think he likes funny, and I am none of the above. So.
So it's a.
We must
Your
have
words have never
we
been
must have a
spoken.
terrible audition.
I'm
process.
sure.
right? Who was at this audition
Please tell
process?
me, how did these MFs get
I have
on this show?
no idea.
I have no idea.
Production, what the hell?
Right, okay. All right, Leslie, good for you. I love the idea that you would embrace the one night with him. And who would you marry?
The doctor. I'm Jewish. I need a doctor in my life.
For your mother?
My mother's been begging me. She wants me to be a nurse, and I'm just like, no, I'm just a musician.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
but
work.
If you at any moment you break into Papa, can you hear me?
That'd be perfect.
All right, and the chop goes to the big old football player.
I'll have to do Carl. He looks like the guy who bullied me in elementary, the middle school for being gay, who turned out to be gay in the end.
I just have
So what do you want us F him?
I don't have that fantasy.
Oh, you're still traumatized. Put
A little bit.
Yeah, we'll have
Like
to
I
work
said,
on that.
the
We'll
listener
do a whole
45.
topic on that. All right, very good. All right, well, as you can see, that is our.
You didn't ask me. What the F?
Damn,
I'm
what are you-
sitting
come
right
on.
next to you.
Oh, I
The
forgot.
one that sat here for
All
2
right,
years.
lesbian,
You didn't
come on,
ask
give your-
me.
Okay, all right, all right.
Are you happy you got something in Trinidad?
Not the
Would
minority
you like
getting
me to give you
skipped.
3 more
Okay.
seconds?
All right.
All right, let's go. So I'm gonna shag with my 10-inch strap on, Carl Nassib.
Yeah.
Yes, bitch.
That's my man right there.
That's
He's
my
getting
payback.
it and he's enjoying it and he's gonna love it, right?
Now, don't you wonder when Carl watches this, because I guarantee you he's going
Hi,
to watch
Carl.
it.
He just got a little tingle.
That's
he's
exactly
gonna
what I
watch
thought.
it?
Oh, for sure.
Hi, Carl.
I bet
Oh, yeah.
you
Hi, Carl.
he just got a little tingle of going, that's never going to happen because we're
Bubble
playing
punch.
a game. But I love that.
Because no gay man is
idea.
ever going to be that loud behind him with the
That's
strap
it.
on.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
There it
need a
is.
football jersey. Like, I
Oh,
totally
full
do it.
outfit. Oh,
No, please do everything.
jump
Bad
pads.
like
Coach
it.
whistle. the
Walk
whole
on
thing.
his back going, oh, take this.
Take it, Nasty. Take it, Nasty. All
I
right.
thought you were. All right.
Don't do no class.
And you're married?
So I'm gonna marry Leslie Jordan. I mean, he looks like a tampon, but he makes me laugh, and that's what I need.
Wait, Leslie Jordan looks like a tampon.
Totally does.
You know, I look at that picture and
just
I
all the
swear
cotton.
I have laughed in my head 20 times in this segment because his genius on Will and Grace was beyond genius. I all tonight, it all comes back to me of going, geez, he was fantastic.
And now forever, I'm just gonna look at him and say he looks like a tampon.
Doesn't he look like a
No.
tampon?
All right.
Why?
He's
Is it
water
white
cotton?
and
Because
fluffy.
he's wearing a red jacket?
He's white and fluffy.
He's
Oh
wet.
my God.
Mark.
I know what you're wearing.
Te pasaste, Mark, te pasaste.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. And
Anyway, so I'm chopping the doctor. I'm married to a healthcare professional. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Trust me.
Lo siento, Teresa.
Chop.
wait. Wait, I put this out in the blogosphere or an Apple television. If there's any marriage counselors, will you please contact me because I have a couple that really
Happily
need some help.
married 5 years.
Right.
She says it with tears coming down her cheeks.
All right. That
He
is
makes more than 6 figures. I'm a very happy wife.
right.
It's
All right.
waterproof mascara, don't worry.
That is our game, Shag, Marry, Chop. And by the way, with so much shagging and marrying and chopping, let me remind you what we love about Andrew Christian. And boys and girls, watch this.
Show Technology features a hidden comfy cup that acts like a cock ring. You put your dick and balls in, and it lifts up and up. It features our signature slimming waistband. It's great for everyday support, going to the gym, or just when you want to enhance it. Show It Tech adds up to 1.5 inches to your current frontal measurements. Show everyone what you're working with Show It Tech. Get it now at andrewchristian.com.
Love that.
I'll bring my tape.
All right, it's time to say goodnight. So let's hear from our host for one final time, and let's begin with a goodnight from Auntie Maim.
Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the hurricane, or have a hurricane after the show. It's been pleasurable.
I love a hurricane.
I'm just hoping that we don't have another big storm, so we're not worried about the glitter and
or the wood, or the wig, the good wig.
Every time, if you hear tornado watch, you're gonna get the turban.
You're gonna get Miss Cleo up there. I got it.
That's what we're gonna work with.
All right, and a good night from Cameron Glass. Oh dear.
Good night, your tears.
Yeah.
Good night, your laughter. Good night, the people of the world, and have a good one.
All right, and a good night from TriniDaddy.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for embracing this diversity and bringing a little homestead to the table. A little Trinidad, a little homestead, a little queer, a little everything, you know.
Too much homestead.
Homestead. There we are. And Mark Moffitt, a good night from you.
Just stay safe out there. Love each other. Love your neighbor, even if they're not cool enough to be one of us.
Yay, Jerry Springer.
That's nice. And a good night from Faye.
You almost
by the
forgot my
way,
name? Really?
No, why I stumbled is I'm thinking about you with the 10-inch.
Oh my God, can that be your Halloween costume for here?
Oh,
yes.
Right.
And it'll hit the
All
table.
right.
It'll hit the table. Good night, everyone. It was fantabulous to be around the table, even with TriniDaddy. It was just a lot of fun. I love the diversity. I love that we can all sit here and just talk crap. There's no other show that has this much diversity in it. And folks at home, if nobody's told you today, I love you, you're beautiful, and you can do anything.
Yes, absolutely. Well said by all of you. Well, that's it. Another week with It's Happening Out. You sat right here at the LGBTQ kitchen table. We decided before the show, we're in Faye's house, and this is her kitchen table. I got to get out of this house.
And kept us here for years. Help.
Right. You
send help.
I don't know why I feel.
Think of your handicap.
Right. I don't know why I feel like I'm living that scene in the new Dahmer television series, where the guy comes home. All right. Well, you sat right here with us as we kikied about the things that we think are important to us. This is really an important time. We're dealing with horrible things outside of these walls, the outside of that television that you're watching right now. We're dealing with horrible things. Hey. It's Happening Out is designed to be able to focus on the things that make us laugh and that we have fun about, but are also important to our LGBTQ community. And judges, in this relaunch, I think we're going to be successful in what we're trying to accomplish. We have lots of diversity, and you're going to hear a lot of different opinions. And it's just a question of whether you like the 6-inch strap-on or the 10-inch strap-on.
There's no point.
We invite you to follow our 501c3 nonprofit experiment. Is our LGBTQ community important to you? Our mission seems to me that we deeply believe it is. Pick up Hotspots magazine on newsstands all over South Florida. And Queer News Tonight is covering the LGBTQ plus news of South Florida, America, and our entire world. And it's daily and live at 8 p.m. on Roku, Apple TV, and many other television platforms. And of course, our flagship is with you here right now tonight and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Because remember, if it's important to you, it's happening out. And until next time, good night.
Good night.
Good night. Farewell.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ